it's Georgie the Goblin, and welcome to the official Family of Gamers podcast, the podcast where Andrew and Coach talk all things war games, board games, and much, much more. And here are your hosts, Andrew and Coach.
FOG Andrew here, and the Coach here.
What's up?
And we have the man, the myth, the legend, the return on investment, the Roy.
I love how that's catching on since Countercharge. I came up with that on the spot.
I know. Listen, you are the Roy now. But welcome to another episode of the Family Gamers podcast. This is episode 11, and this is just going to be kind of us chilling and talking episode, to be honest with you.
Now they can't see it. What's happening right now?
Well, we are in the outdoor bunker filming right now.
I don't know if you can hear the plane going overhead.
There's planes, there's dogs, there's birds, there's all this stuff. We're in the outdoor bunker, and we are currently indulging in some cigars. Coach and I are going with an Oliva V. And what do you got, Roy?
It's a Charter Oaks, Connecticut. It's very smooth and light.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with an Oliva, though.
Oliva's become the house blend, although Arturo Fuente, which was one of my old favorites, is making a comeback, which I highly recommend, and I am happy with that.
We are also indulging in a nice ice-cold Kentucky Vanilla Barrel Cream Ale.
I think this is one of my favorite beers.
Yeah?
Yeah. We picked it up one day at one of those supplier stores, and I don't think we've ever looked back. So
yeah, no, it's pretty good.
It's sweet without the sugar. It's
right.
Very weird.
I'm drinking ice water.
And Labatt.
No, just ice water. No Labatt.
That's your Labatt.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I have two beers.
That's mine?
Yeah, that's yours.
Oh yeah.
We did. Unless you don't want it,
All right, we'll see.
Okay. Well, so
I'll drink it.
Yeah, one of us will drink it. So yeah, we're talking about just games at this point. I mean, we're in currently.
That's kind of the whole
that's
the whole thing of our channel and show here.
Yeah, that's the shtick. But we're talking about games as per usual. But we're talking kind of, I guess, the games that we're excited for that are coming up. Like that's kind of the theme of this episode. Which the theme of this episode will turn into other random stuff probably.
We are the king of segues.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, if you're listening to this, did you guys listen to us on Countercharge? I think that was a monumental episode. If we could just segue right at the beginning.
A lot of hot takes.
Yeah, they call it hot takes. We just call it the truth.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna talk about Countercharge and mention that, I think we should. What should we start talking about?
Well, before that, I just want to say that Rob Fanouf was awesome to us.
Yes.
And Tyler and the Goblin Lord also came on too. I will say this: Rob Fanouf really missed a big marketing or just kind of messed up on his.
He missed a marketing moment.
You know how?
How?
He had us on,
Mm-hmm.
and it was all this Adepticon coverage, and then we were on show 778 or 779. We could have been 777.
Ridiculous.
So I think he said he'll definitely come on this, and we'll lambast him for that. But
we're going to have to yell at him.
Yeah, we could yell at him. But yeah, getting back to it, Andrew, we're going to talk about games that we're really excited for.
Yes. And I mean, well, since you brought up Countercharge, I think we should maybe, if you want to start talking about, we can start talking about Kings of War.
Yes.
A little bit. What's been going on a bit with that so far? I mean, you guys have been kind of neck deep in slow grow.
Yes.
So
It's the slowest of grows.
and if you haven't checked out the first 2 or 3 episodes by the time this is out of the slow grow, you can go check those out because that's
It's happening.
It's happening. So what's the update on the slow grow right now?
Well, all my salamanders, aside from a few broken ones I need to glue together, are they're primed and based in green, and I'm working on doing the armor right now. It is, for me, and I've been slacking. Also, I've been here less, but I've been slacking a little bit. It is so tedious. I feel like, you paint to have fun sometimes, or you have fun painting. I'm just painting to paint, and I'm not really enjoying it. I have to be honest, I'm not really enjoying it. I want to play,
Right.
I've never, when we started doing Kings of War, obviously, Coach, everything was painted and it was great. I mean, it looked great. Coach is a great painter. But I was like, I never had the urge to say, man, I want to paint this and play and build an army and paint it and play it. I just wanted to play it. You know what I mean? If I could almost buy an army painted, I would. And I'm never like this.
That, yeah. You know what it is? It's so we played 40K a while, a long. You guys were young.
Yes.
Very young.
And Ryan, you were painting and stuff, and you liked it. But the thing was with that, you didn't really do much batch painting, army painting, and the thing with army painting is it's a slog. So like I did, I want to do all the troops, and I did my lower abyssals, and I filled up four drops with it, 4 regiments of it, but it was 90 models. And now I did and then to take a break from that, I did the Tortured Souls, which was only 9 models. And that was pretty cool because I was able to do some effects on it and stuff. And I really liked the way they came out. And now I'm doing the Succubi, which is another 90 models. And I'm almost done with it. And I want to pull my eyes out because it's a tedious thing. And like you said, but you know what it is? You just got to get through it, because once you get through it and you're playing with it, you're like, you know what? I'm glad I took the time to do it.
I'm actually at a point where I'm thinking about it. I'm like, why don't I just pay you to do it?
Yeah.
I'd give you whatever MSRP.
I only accept tobacco from family members. So that's it. So if you want,
that means I'm paying for the Cigar International order.
So, but yeah,
Cigars International sponsor us.
Right.
Please.
But yeah, it's you just gotta like buck down and barrel through it. But I will say this, all right? Hear me now, but listen to me later. By you doing this, you are actually picking up little tricks and trades, tricks of the trade that later on will make you a better painter because you're doing it so much.
I agree, but I'm not happy about it.
You don't have to. Well, listen, like when you start a job and
I know.
You're throwing out garbage and shredding and getting coffee for people, and then eventually you become the CEO of the company. You've paid your dues. So this is a good way for you to get in, get out. You know what I mean?
I feel like when you referenced 40K and I painted that year, that's the only army painting. I'm looking back on it now and being like, wow, that's actually the only when I did the White Scars, and I'm not saying they were good. I mean, I was a kid at the time, but it was the only army painting I ever did. And now, I guess we've been very much spoiled with Dead Zone.
Because skirmish games. We've been playing skirmish games.
It's such a, you could go and spend your time on, fodder models or whatever. I look back on it, it's like, how the hell did I do this? I'm like, well, one, it's like the ignorance of being a child labor. It's like, oh, I'm painting my White Scar, paint con and everything. And now I'm just like, oh my God, this is horrible. I was doing this with I'm in between. I feel like I'm starting stuff and not finishing. I started the Ravistar stuff, and I actually thought they were coming out really good.
Yes.
And then over time, I was like, I'm dreading this. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. You know how they come built already? I want them to come painted already.
Right.
But then you go and play HeroScape, and you see what they how well those models are painted.
But like with HeroScape, they have those not so good paint jobs on them, but you're paying a low premium for it.
I don't think you are. I feel like you're paying a high premium for them.
Really? I mean, I don't know.
What was the?
They're expensive.
They're expensive.
Yeah, they're pre-painted ones and then unpainted ones. It's like, what was it? It's like 150.
It may have been
it's 125 for the unpainted, but like
it was over 200.
$250 for the painted ones.
I will say this, and I'm not. This is no slack to the people at the HeroScape booth at Adepticon, because he gave us a good demo in the sense that he's like, I'm going to walk you through this, and then I want you guys to just play and bug me if you have any questions. He's like, because you guys are going to get it. But they were trying to sell them, obviously, like, you're there to sell. So there was like a point where like, oh, like, about the value of the models. I'm like, nah, like, they're not painted well.
Yeah.
That's just, for $250 though, you could pretty much get.
Well, you're paying for the labor essentially, but it ain't great.
But then again, that's like, you play it, and then you set it up, and then you put it away.
Right.
That's where it's at. There is a hobby aspect to it. I do, like I'm doing my Succubus now.
Yeah.
And I'm almost done with them, and it's like, I'm just gonna kind of not muddle through it. I think they're coming out pretty good, but I just want to. I think the base is what really sells it.
I think what it makes it difficult for me is I see the work you're doing, and I'm just like, you got a virtual Fabian here. I'm like, that looks really good. How the heck did you do that? And like do a bunch of guys, and and then I'm doing the salamanders, and I'm not like they're fine. They pass the eye test from afar, basically.
So just do 3 colors, man.
That's what I'm doing.
3 colors.
I'm doing red, green, and whatever metallic.
Yeah, do a little dry brushing and wash them, then just get them over with. You know what I mean? It should take you a week. Really, like a week's worth of.
Will you help me with the bases, because I know you got.
I'll do whatever you need me to do. I'll help you out. I don't mind. That's why I said if you want to do the Northern Alliance as a project together, would be good because we can kind of divide and conquer.
Yeah, I think so.
You know what I mean?
That'll be good. I'm actually, that's the unspoken faction, because we haven't done any. It's in the box still.
Yeah, but we'll.
I'm not jump. Yeah, no.
We'll jump in. You know what it is, and then I think the thing that threw you off is you have to have kind of a system of how to put them together. And then when I taught you the system, wasn't it easier?
Yeah, it went by a lot.
Went by a lot quicker.
We separated the arms.
Like I put my guys together in about an hour and a half. That was 90 models.
You know what it was for me? It wasn't that I was like opposed to the system. I was just being a little pouty. I was like, we're just gonna put I hate this. I'm just gonna do this like this and be lazy.
Just get it over with.
Yeah.
Or you can go on eBay and buy stuff that's already put together, and that's where
I do have to ask the podcast host. Are you mad that I'm cursing a little bit?
Oh,
okay. I didn't know what was appropriate.
I could edit it out.
We did countercharge, and I was so happy we could slander a little bit.
I love it, and you know what? I was very happy that Rob put in the arrow hitting the target.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was good.
But Ryan, you brought up another game.
Well, hold on, before I'm sorry, before we go on.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about that though?
Yeah. Before we go on and we move off of Kings of War, I'm really looking forward to playing it. We have about 12 armies now between, we have Force of the Abyss. You're working on your
Force of the Nature.
Force of the Nature, which you guys are kind of splitting.
Yes.
And then we also have a certain amount of goblins, which we do have to flesh that out. But we can play
goblins, ogres, dwarves.
No, hold on. I'm getting to it.
Right.
We're dwarves. We also have the Ratkin and the forces, the forces of men, which was the box that we got in the swag bag for Sigmar.
Oh, the Basileans.
Yes, the Basileans and the Ratkin, which I don't know the names in Sigmar, but we have that, and that's what we're going to use. And plus, I have a lot of left over.
We have 2 boxes, right?
We have 1. Fabian has the other box.
Oh, right.
We split our box.
Right.
But the thing is that I'm not letting that go to waste. Those are really nice models. We're going to do that. But the time is not like I think after I do this army, I'm going to kind of I'd like to do some of the MCP stuff. And
is there any urge to
please?
Remember when we were online at Adepticon and the guy was like, I went to go get something, whether it was a shirt or something. I was online. It was like day 1, maybe day 2.
I think it was it was day 1 for us, but it wasn't. The con wasn't in effect. That was Wednesday.
I was talking to some. I just you make friends wherever there, and he's like, I guess he was a 40K guy, or not a 40K guy. I'm sorry,
He's a GW guy.
He's a GW guy. He was trying to sell us on the skirmish game. He was like that box you're getting. Because I think we all discussed. They're like, oh, it must not be selling well. He basically was like, it's not that it wasn't selling well. They basically overprinted it.
Right.
It was like they overcorrected for something. I don't know if it had something to do with COVID stuff or whatever. He was like, you should try the skirmish. He's like, I'm not selling you on the main game. He's like, maybe you should try the skirmish game. He's like, it's pretty good. But we're also like so spoiled with Dead Zone. I feel like.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That's one of those things. Like I like to read rule books. I'll read the rule book. We'll check it out. We could try it out, and then if it's great, we have 2 arms to play with it. Plus, then we have another 4,000 models that are not doing anything that can be proxied. So we can try it. I'm not averse to it, but the only thing is I'm worried about. I have like PTSD from. All right, so myself and Ryan were talking. And I'm like, the Ultramarines, I have Necrons and stuff. And he's like, well, I got a whole mess of Imperial Guard and stuff. Well, we look into getting back into 40K.
This happens every month. At least once a month.
Much. And then we get back into it and we start looking at it. It's like, you know what? We got all these models, but it's going to cost us $200 a piece to buy books to do it. Forget it. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, listen,
We have the stuff.
I've been priced out, and $40K in this economy, absolutely not.
Yeah, but I'm very much looking forward to playing Kings of War. I
Me
think
too.
it's a good game. I think you like it, which is, there's two things that you hate about games, and it actually struck a chord with you.
Yes.
Ryan likes it. We have another guy that likes it, and then Fabian and Will can come over and play with us. We're more than happy, and they have another 8 to 40 armies or whatever they have. So I'm really, really looking forward to it. I don't know about competition. I don't know about this. I am having fun painting, but I want to get this over with because I want to paint like the characters and the bigger guys and a giant and stuff. I really want to like take some time and do that. I'm looking forward to painting it. But I know this is just kind of getting me through it. But I will say that it did help me pick a color scheme. So although it's a slog, there's validity to it.
I feel like in 6 months we're going to be looking. When it's done, and you don't really look back. So I feel like once I'm at that point, I'm not going to say this is going to take 6 months for me, but it might take a while. I'm also just here less. I only do my painting here, and I'm only here on the weekends.
Well,
Plus-
there's no room at your facility, so
No.
it's verboten. But
It is verboten.
but here's the thing,
The
though.
army men.
What'll happen is you'll be happy. You're like, you know what? Let's start Kingdoms of Men. And then we'll start doing the things again. You're like, oh yeah, this is the problem.
I hate to even say this, and you're gonna make fun of me for this,
Maybe.
but I was thinking. So obviously we have the Northern Alliance. It was funny at who are we talking to? Not Brian. Why am I forgetting his name?
Tyler.
No, not Tyler.
Rick?
Rick. Sorry, Rick. We were talking to Rick, and I was like, because that night was the unofficial Mantic night where they were having a big sale. And I was like, do you have the Northmen? He's like, oh, the Northern Alliance. I was like, oh, yeah. I know we have that. I kind of like the halflings.
You know what?
I like the balloon
Hold
guys.
on.
I hate the halflings.
All right. I've been saying the same thing to myself.
They're cool.
All right, so it's only a matter of time before we.
We
Well,
have
you know what?
halflings, yeah.
Let's finish the backlog and then we can go.
Yeah,
we can do
I'm not
halflings.
suggesting otherwise. I just like
I
I've been
can't wait
thinking
for my goblins to crush those halflings.
Okay, no problem. Challenge accepted. Let's go for it, man. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. I think it's fun. It is a lot of hobbying, but you have to welcome that. And you'll see, Ryan. And after you're done, you'll see you'll start painting the bigger guys, and you'll see the difference in the painting.
This
So,
isn't a hot take, but this is just like me. This is like the instigator in me is just like, yeah, of course. Like we were just talking about how like you look at the 40K models and you're like, oh, it's just too expensive to get into. You do this and you're like, oh no, I kind of understand the premium we paid for.
Right.
the mold lines and stuff like that. Although I will say the Abyssals aren't bad. The Tortured Souls were terrible, but those guys. I think I painted them up. I think I did them justice, even with the horrible skulls.
Putting together Salamander sucked. Nothing fit. It's not me. I've tried every which way of putting swords and arms together. I'm like, this.
No.
The cast doesn't match up.
And then you just gave up on the two-handed ones, and you're like, everybody's just going to have a shield and a sword. The two-handed thing is just too much.
Yeah, but I will say this though: the shields are. I actually think that's the only thing that the sculpt on there that's really awesome. Is like the scaled shield is cool.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't know where the tail ends and the butt begins. You know what I mean?
What?
And
That's
it's
you know what?
horrible.
That's you. That's just artist privilege. You just do whatever you got.
I know. Well, it's not gonna. We go and play next year, and be like, don't, you can look at it, but not too close.
Yeah. Painting
So.
competition. I'm leaving. So
That's not happening.
You know what you do? Just paint them and let's have some fun. That's all.
I have one painting competition when it was that what was it? Not
Triton.
Yes. Remember the ship? What was the ship from? You used it because.
Oh yeah.
What is that? That's from the GCPS.
No,
or-
it was from the Enforcers.
Oh, okay.
It was
yeah.
the Interceptor. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Was a good paint
Yeah.
job. I
It
thought
was part of my army. I put it in as the ship for the thing for the painting company.
You know what's really funny? It's kind of become unofficially yours. So basically, just to give context, is that I think I won it at a previous Triton, put together, painted it, really liked how it came out. It has like a really nice like Grey Wolf plus like that Grey Knight red color scheme, and it's just kind of sitting on your shelf. And I'm like, oh yeah, that is mine. I forgot. What is it?
Okay,
doing?
you're.
I didn't even know
You've
painted
been
that.
embraced by the painting community in our house, which is basically me.
Yes.
So, but yeah, that's
I
all
had
right.
no idea you painted that.
Yeah, he did.
Really?
He did a good
I
job.
didn't know that.
I think what you should do now is go back, put a little detail on it just for yourself,
I agree.
and then you could put some of those transfers on.
Yeah, you're 100%
Yeah.
right. That's a good use of that.
Yeah.
What did you wanted to transition us? What are we talking about?
Yes. So I'm just saying, just that was that was just like just to finish
Yeah.
up Kings
Yeah,
of War.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm really like excited to look at it because honestly, we were playing it and we were blasting through 1,000-point games in like 40 minutes, and like that one night when we had everybody over, we must have played in like 3 hours, like I don't know, 8 games. Everybody
Yeah.
playing, 2 tables going, half a table.
Yeah.
So it's really fun. I mean, I'm kind of. I don't regret not getting into it before because right now is the time to get into it. The game kind of like comes to fruition and comes to us when it had to. So
Right.
But yeah, so the next thing that we're looking forward to, sir, is
Well, Ryan.
Ryan's.
Euroscape?
Heroescape. So, our good friend Box to Battle
Yeah, good
sent us some Heroescape stuff, extras that he had. So we're very grateful for that. Thank you very much again. So
And
he's-
if you're listening to this, go to Battle to Box on YouTube.
Box to Battle.
Box to Battle. I'm sorry, Box to Battle. He's got a really good channel. I really like him. He's a good dude, man. He's a good dude, and
his name is Andrew.
His name is Andrew. I don't know if we're supposed to say that, but whatever. But he's a good dude, man. And he's on the Discord, so
Speaking of which, link
of
tree
which-
below. Join the Discord.
yeah, our Discord is actually like friends. It's
Yeah.
almost like we're a small enough community where it's a lot of friends. I really that was one of the best things that I thought of. I actually stole the idea from somebody, but
Yeah, I
it was
wonder
one,
who.
one of the best. It wasn't you. So, but yeah, I think just if you like, join the Discord. We got a lot of cool stuff going on. A lot of great people in there. But
Heroescape, yeah. So, I mean, Ryan, you and I demoed that at Adepticon, and we thought it was really fun. We did not end up getting the master set.
It was a good thing we
because-
didn't.
It was a good thing we didn't because we would not have been able to bring that home unless,
we would've-
unless it was a carry-on.
We would have had to do like
Another bag.
we would have to do like mules across the border.
Yeah.
What are you guys smuggling? Nothing. Not. Do you guys have another game on you? No. I swear to God, it's not another game. All right, cavity search. How'd
but-
you fit that up there?
But I think, right now we haven't ordered
Anything.
anything. Just we only have what Box to Battle sent us, so
Yes.
we're definitely planning on possibly getting. I'm thinking we go master set, we go that other set, that other kind of like starter set with my boy Bach Bernard, and then just get those two because we have that. That's already plenty plus the stuff Box to Battle, what he sent us.
Yeah.
And then I think in the future, pick the stuff that we like or that looks cool. Like there's these like robot guys that look really cool that new stuff that they're coming out with. So
I kind of like those robot guys.
they're like the yellow ones. Yeah, those guys are cool.
I
Like
think
the
though,
Bears.
What I'd
The
like
Bears
to,
are cool.
What
Yeah.
I'd like to
Bears.
do with those guys, maybe throw a little wash on them, put a little bit of the decals on them, and just to make them ours.
Yeah.
Just because
Well, the Bears come in the starter set, Ryan.
Do they?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
In the master set.
I still have not
But-
played it, but I'm looking forward to
I
it.
feel like it
don't-
has a reputation of being a cheap, cheesy. Not cheap. I mean, like, I feel like people make fun of it.
Yeah.
That's my perception of it. I can't. That's like I feel like the stereotype is that like, it's hard if you play HeroClix out there, but like that's the whole like, it's
I
one of
think-
those types like mass produced. And,
I think
Right.
I think it's more of a board game with miniatures, and the sculpts are like the same sculpts from the '80s.
Yeah.
I agree, but I don't know if it's a board game per se.
It's kind of a board game the way X-Wing is. You buy it and you set it up and you play it,
Yeah.
So-
okay, that's fair.
I mean,
know what I mean?
listen, I've had
and it's painted.
I've had well, no, they have the unpainted ones. That's the ones
I know
that
you
we're
guys are
probably
buying the
gonna get.
painted ones.
We're not-
Really?
no, we're
why-
buying the unpainted ones.
Yeah.
Oh, you are?
Why would we get the painted ones for another $100?
Yeah. Might as well just do it ourselves.
Yeah.
After doing the Kings of War thing, I think Ryan's ready to.
I mean, I
the
don't.
best $100 he'll spend.
Listen, I don't care if it's painted either way.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
I kind of agree.
I mean, we're playing like, Unmatched and United, and they're. I know we're going
Not
to get to
painted.
it.
Is
Not
is
painted,
YouTube
so-
starved for good HeroScape content?
Box to Battle was saying that there's some people that are doing it, but I don't think there's a lot.
Every game has a following It just matters how much.
It was just fun. It was just easy and fun.
Yeah, very easy, and you can do 3 to 4 players.
And you
There's
don't need
rules
it-
in the other set.
And you don't need a team, but you can have a team. That's my understanding. I could be wrong.
Yeah, so HeroScape, Master Set, and that other set I think is the way to go, because then we get a crap ton of terrain too.
Wait a minute. You want to get more terrain? You were just yelling at me the other day about don't print nothing.
Well, it's a specific terrain.
I
Yeah,
got you.
well-
But you know what though? I will say that the HeroScape terrain that you're talking about, we can kind of just use that for BattleTech because it's a hex grid.
Yeah, they're a lot bigger, but I guess
A
it
hex
doesn't
is a hex is
matter.
a hex,
I guess
you
it
know?
doesn't
Question.
matter.
Doesn't
But also,
mini-
are we going to play BattleTech or are we going to play Alpha Strike? I'd rather play Alpha
I'd
Strike.
rather play Alpha Strike too, but we could do that and kind of like if he moves 14 inches, it's 14 squares or what,
Right.
hexes. But yeah,
Doesn't Mini Wargaming have a hex-based terrain thing that they do? I thought I saw something at their booth. They had it.
That wasn't them.
Oh,
no, that wasn't. That was
That was something else.
it was one of the guys. I think they own a property or something like that. It's a blood something or
Oh,
whatever.
okay.
Yeah, that was another game, but yeah. But Mini Wargaming is expanding their,
apparently so.
horizons into other things,
Yes.
which is always good.
I mean, the Ruins of Perdition. Check out that video.
Yeah.
We did. They sent us some stuff. We did a video on that.
I
so
will
was
say
cool.
that is, even if you don't want to back it or whatever, that was a really good video. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed doing that, and Andrew used his creativity wizardry on the computer to edit it. So I want
I
to say
try.
that I'm giving you your due,
I try my best.
your props.
I do want to talk about Unmatched, which, as the plane is going by, apparently there's supposed to be 3 boxes coming out this year,
Wow.
which, I mean, last year there were 4.
Okay.
So, but I'm surprised it's May and they're almost June, and there hasn't been a single Unmatched box.
That might
come
be
out.
for the word that every wargaming company is afraid of.
Yes, but that's
Can I
we're
ask
not
you?
talking about that.
Yeah, can I ask you what is the I haven't been keeping up the TMNT.
Yeah, what about it?
What's like when is that supposed to?
So on their website, it says that the retail edition is going to come out in October. On their last update on the Kickstarter page, they said September for the
So that's-
Kickstarter edition.
That's not terrible.
No, and the thing is, I want it now. I'm
Yeah.
dude, I'm super
That's-
excited for that.
You know what? Like I kind of got into a lull with Unmatched. I wasn't too excited to play it, but then you got the Kickstarter, and I was like, all right, when that comes in, I'm going to be playing a lot more Unmatched.
Yeah.
Taking the Turtle Universe guys.
Oh,
to
yeah.
play. So
Yeah,
I'm
and-
looking forward to it.
And then don't forget that not only can we have Donatello versus Achilles if we want,
Yeah.
but we can do. I got the add-on so that you can play as Shredder or Krang
Nice.
in regular Unmatched. So like we're getting like a Shredder deck and a Krang deck to play. So I think that's really, really cool. So I'm super excited for that. I think that's probably one of my most anticipated sets of anything really coming out this year. It is the TMNT Kickstarter. But then there's also Battle Legends Volume 3, which is supposed to come out during the summer, but pre-orders haven't gone up for that yet, so I don't know what's going on. That's like mythological Loki, Pandora, and her box, Blackbeard, and the Chupacabra.
You said Pandora's box.
Now, Ryan, I know you were saying you were excited for Blackbeard, right? Seeing what were you the one that said that?
Probably. I'm excited for all of them.
Yeah,
I think Ryan, when it's a historical figure, he gets excited.
yeah. I'm definitely they showed off the models. The models look
Yeah.
cool. The Chupacabra looks awesome. That it has like rows of teeth
Yeah.
going into its sphincter of a mouth.
Yes. Well,
Um,
you know what the chupacabra means?
it's the goat sucker.
Goat sucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
So I think that's That's going to be cool. I'm curious on like sidekicks. I don't think the Chupacabra is going to have a sidekick, but then again, Bigfoot had a sidekick with the Jackalope, just
Right.
another, tiny cryptid.
Maybe-
so who
maybe-
knows?
maybe-
Blackbeard's getting a sidekick.
What do you think he'll get?
Steve Bonnet,
I don't know what that is,
the
but
Gentleman Pirate.
Yes.
okay.
And then maybe the Chupacabra might have like mutant goats.
Yeah, or something.
Something cool,
Something.
What about Pandora? Maybe she'll have like, fear and lust and all the stuff that
Well,
came out of
I know
Yeah, that'd be good.
that she's gonna come with like a smaller deck, kind of like Titania, in the Shakespeare box, Slings and Arrows box, and it looks like it's. I think it was like they showed Greed, draw a card. So I think she's getting
Those
those
things.
things
Wasn't-
as like a separate deck.
Wasn't one of them Hope? Or no? That
Well,
was,
they didn't. That was the only card they showed. But
Okay.
I think
Well, that
you
was the
said
only
that-
good thing
well,
to come
the
out of
thing was
Pandora's
this,
box.
Right.
the myth or whatever, the legend of her was that she let everything out, and the last thing she grabbed was Hope and put it back
Right.
in her Pandora's box. So, but yeah, I'm waiting for the TNMT. That's the one I'm excited
Well,
for.
what about Bruce Lee versus Muhammad Ali?
Okay,
Which on their website still says 2025, but we have not gotten a single thing about that other than the silhouettes of the miniatures and that it's coming out in 2025.
well, we do have Bruce Lee. Is it the same one? It's like
the plan is to do Bruce Lee like pretty much the same exact thing.
Okay.
Which but I think the wording is going to be slightly different to like kind of update the cards a little bit, but everything's pretty much going to be the same. Which I have no problem with them doing at all, because then we don't have to play with the expensive one.
right.
But also I'm excited to get Muhammad Ali as a fighter.
Well,
And a new board I think would
Yes.
be cool, like a maybe, I don't know,
A ring.
like like a boxing ring
or
I don't know,
Shaolin Temple.
something
Something would be cool.
something.
I think as a guy growing up, watching Bruce Lee's movies, like where I could repeat every line of these 5 movies,
Right.
and being a fan of Muhammad Ali as a kid, growing up watching him actually, on Wide World of Sports on Saturday afternoons,
Right.
I'm excited about that. I forgot
Yeah.
about that, but yeah.
I mean, I forgot about it too until I was looking at what's coming up for Unmatched, and I'm like, okay, Team NT Battle of Legends, and then that's right,
That
that's
one.
coming out.
And I want to see Muhammad Ali knock out Achilles.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's got I'm excited for that, and I'm also excited for what else they're gonna do in the future. I mean, there's and apparently with Battle of Legends Volume 3, Blackbeard, Loki, and the Chupacabra were a part of like a deck contest to get into like to make a new character. Like there was a contest that they ran, and Pandora, I think they just threw in there. So it's kind of cool that they were doing that. And then
That's
the
cool.
Shakespeare box I think Shakespeare was like the deck thing, and then they just based the whole box around it, which I thought was
That's
a
cool.
great idea that they
Yeah.
did that. Anyway, I could talk about Unmatched all day, but I am excited for those. I just really want to quickly talk about. I backed 2 other Kickstarters last year, the Rayman board game, which I think that's supposed to come during this year, and that one I'm very excited for because it's painted minis, like I think they're like resin molded painted
Yeah,
minis.
that was actually very, very cool.
Yeah, and it also really was not expensive, like. And I got basically the way I looked at it was kind of like the TMNT on Kickstarter. It was like I could spend $300 on the TMNT Kickstarter, but I only need to spend $100 to get everything that I need for gameplay wise. You know what I mean? Same thing with
some people like to go overboard and get
Yeah,
everything.
and-
That's
and
okay. It's a good option.
I have
But I like that you have the option not to do that too.
right, yeah. Like I don't have to get everything, know. But again, like with the Rayman thing, it was like I got the main box and then the 5 to 6 player expansion, which comes with new boards, new cards, and then 2 new characters you can play as. And then they had like a pack of like alternate sculpted models. I'm like, I don't need that. Like there's there's really no point in getting that.
That's okay.
But I'm excited for that, and then also the Dogs with Jobs card game. I don't know if you remember that.
I do remember that. You did
Because
a
I did a
review.
I did a quick little video when it came out to Kickstarter. I don't even think it got that many views, but the company putting out the Kickstarter commented on it and was like, "Oh, we hope you back it." I'm like, I'm like, well, I love that they watched the video, and they even said, because in this video was like, oh, if they do a neoprene mat, then I gotta get it, and they were like, well, maybe in the future we'll put out one. I'm like, so you watched the video,
Yeah, all right.
So I did back it, and I went all out with that one. I just got and it was like
It was
50,
cheap.
it was like $50 altogether.
But I like helping these indie companies, because then if they do that, and let's say you help them, that $50, they send you the game and it's good,
right.
and then they come out with the banger idea, the next one. Well,
Right.
you've helped facilitate that by backing that. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, those, and then the one thing I just want to quickly talk about, the Don't Starve board game.
Yeah.
I was so hyped for that they revealed that, and I'm like, where the hell is it? They revealed that they were doing it back in like October, and there was so much promotion, like, we're doing it, we're putting it out, and then it's not here yet.
Right.
So I'm like, where is it? Like, I am super excited for that, and I really want to see what they're going to do with that. Don't Starve the video game, and then doing it into a board. I mean, it's just...
I remember when you put out that video, it got a lot of views.
Yeah.
I mean, like it took off overnight.
Right. Yeah.
And then a lot of people were excited about it, and then it just kind of fell by the wayside.
Yeah.
Who knows what happened? Who knows?
Yeah. But I think with that being said, we're going to take just a quick little break, and then we'll be back to talk about some more stuff.
And we're back. Guys, we're here. Back from our bathroom break.
Bathroom break.
So while Coach was draining the one-eyed snake, I was playing Clash of Clans, and that reminded me there's a Clash of Clans board game coming out.
Yeah.
What the heck do we think?
I'm intrigued. I mean, I haven't played Clash of Clans in years, and you haven't either, right, Coach? You haven't played Clash in years.
I mean, we haven't played in years, but it's like riding a bike.
I'm excited. I'm interested on what they're gonna do for that. Is it a card game? Is it with like minis? Is it how are they gonna do it?
I think it's a card game.
Yeah.
I think it's yeah. They've released some things, so I think by the time this comes out, we'll know more. So
I think when this comes out, the Kickstarter will be live.
Yes. So I think there are cards relevant to the troops in it, and they have I think they have their normal fight defense stuff, and then they have abilities like the Barbarian's Rage, and I think that gives them a plus attack. Excuse me. I don't know how that mechanic is going to work. We just know that it's happening.
I'm also curious, like, how are they going to do base building, if at all?
If at all. Can you see? I could see it like being a little bit like Everdell. No.
That would be cool. Like,
Yeah.
you're kind of building your city, you're building your base.
It's not off scarcity, but like, I don't know. Don't know. Maybe every turn your elixir collector collects X
Maybe
amount.
Right.
Maybe it's like you build it up like Catan, and then you can go against another person on the board.
Right.
To invade them or whatever.
Right. Yeah, I'm very
stealing resources or whatever. Doing that type of deal.
Yeah, I'm just curious. And then if you back it, I think you get like a free Barbarian.
The Barbarian King, yeah.
Mini, which is kind of cool.
I remember when they added the Barbarian King. That was legendary.
Yeah.
Now I re-downloaded and there's 15 million skins for him that you could pay for. So.
And you have all of them.
They got earned.
No, there's a pixelated one.
That's dumb.
No, it's cool. It's like.
Do you have it?
No.
You don't have it?
No.
Why not? You should get it.
No.
You've already spent money on it.
I spent money. Okay, let's preface this. No, nuts.
I've spent a lot of money.
No,
you spent
I spent literally
$300.
I spent $5 to make sure to get the extra builder huts, so I could just build 6 things at once, and then that's it. I didn't pay for anything else.
It's worth $5. I'll give you that.
It is worth $5. I have a job.
But what happens when you need to build 7 things?
I think there's a certain point where I can get another builder.
Another $5.
It's funny. It scales up. I think like the first one is like I could be wrong. It's like either 250 or 500, and then it's like once you get to this one, it's 7,000 gems. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. They definitely have people on the. They made the game so much better.
Right.
I think they made it a lot easier. So
I just don't want to start playing it because then I won't stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel.
It's open right now.
Yeah, you're literally playing it right now.
I'm not playing it. I just let it close my phone.
You're looking at your stupid base.
And when
Well,
you're
it's
on
beautiful.
it, no one can attack you, right? When you're on it,
Correct.
that's so. Yeah.
Bro, that's because got the people playing all night. They go to sleep and they're like, all right, turn the iPhone screensaver off, and I'm not getting raided.
Yeah.
you know? I'm in a Swiss clan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I put into ChatGPT to translate anything I say into Swiss German. They speak English, but I like doing that. They're like, "Oh wow, your Swiss German's really good." I was like, "Oh yeah, I learned it in school.
Yeah.
I learned it in ChatGPT."
And what else? What else were you excited for coming up?
What? Oh, Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we got kind of a info from Ronald at Mantic, and Ronnie basically was like, we have access to, because they have the IP, they have access to everything. So every assassin, all the weapons and tools that you see in the game, and I think it's going to be a lot of that.
Yeah.
I'm under the impression that it's going to be very similar. It's not Hellboy, but I think it's going to be similar in the sense that, like, it is a board game, first of all, and there's going to be a lot of search and stealth and kind of like missions like that where people and enemies pop up.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Or maybe you have to go, or it's already on the board. I feel like you could do it like a dungeon crawler, kind of.
Right.
You know?
Like a stealthy dungeon crawler, I think, is probably the
It's the dungeon crawler
way
without
to
the
go.
dungeon.
Right. And
Which they've done before.
Yeah. I'm curious on how it's going to be. It's coming to Kickstarter sometime this year, I think, before the summer.
It says launching soon.
Right. So I'm curious on what they're going to do. Obviously, with the models and everything. So
Yeah, there's going to be.
get
I think there's
minis.
going to be an Edward Kenway model or some kind of thing.
Right.
Who is the pirate assassin? I think
Right.
they have access to everything, and we're going to see everything.
Right. I think he said you can take this one from this game and this one from this
Yes.
game. Okay, yeah, sure. That's not in the same time period, but who cares?
What they'll
In Hellboy, Klaus and Hellboy never met in the comics, but they're both in the starter set. You can take them both together. Doesn't matter.
Right. And then also that was a thing because of the movie.
Oh yeah, in the second movie, yeah, they met.
But I have a feeling you'll get a base game with a bunch of things, and then the stretch goals will be the expansions or the add-ons
Right.
and stuff, which is, especially with Mantic, you if you do the whole thing, it'll be a certain price, but you get everything.
And it's worth it.
It's usually worth it.
Yeah.
They do pretty good Kickstarters.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm very curious. I mean, Mantic's board games. I mean, you kind of can't go wrong. Hellboy, Worms, the best game of the year of 2024.
Even Star Saga was not
Star
bad.
Saga was good. Even Dungeon Saga Origins, when we demoed that at Adepticon, Ryan, that was fun. We didn't end up getting it, but I would maybe consider that in the future.
What?
Because that was fun. Dungeon Saga Origins.
Oh, Dungeon Saga. I know. I heard Star Saga. Yes, Dungeon.
Well, he said Star Saga.
Okay. Yeah, it was. Yeah. I think we were very tempted to get it.
We
I think
we
you were
almost
tempted,
got
but
it.
they didn't have it. That's why.
No, they have.
No, they had it, but they didn't have all of it.
Right. So what's the point?
Yeah. Well, because they said oh yeah, we have a deal at Gen Con or whatever if you get everything. I'm like, well, you don't have everything here, so what's the point? I guess we'll stay on the Mantic side. Dreadball.
Yeah, Dreadball's coming out. They had that little reveal video of that it's coming out and all this stuff, and it says it's going to be happy with the old players and the new players and this
Right.
and that. We have a bunch of teams. We have 3 different Dreadballs. We have version 1, version 2, and Extreme, which I actually really liked. Extreme. I thought that was a really fun game. The only thing is I want to see what happens. I'm excited for it. I want to see what happens. They were saying something about All-Stars and things like that. I don't know if that's what we're going to do. I don't know how they're going to do both Kickstarters. Because,
What do you mean both?
well, because they're going to have Assassin's Creed
and Dreadball.
So, I'm
Right.
following both on the Kickstarter. You can follow them.
Right.
And I'm wondering if they're going to do it simultaneously or they're going to do it, side by side.
I feel like they would do it I feel like they're gonna do Dreadball or maybe they'll do one or the other first, and then at the beginning of the summer, and then maybe at the end of the summer they'll do the other
Well,
one.
Mantic and Ronnie is good for always, hey, we're going to do this, and then it's a year later they get to it. So,
Right.
But
Yeah. No, I with Dreadball, I don't know about you, Ryan, but I don't know how much interest I really have in it. I know we talked about it in the past in a video, talking about the upcoming Mantic stuff.
Well, I just want the new stuff.
But I think one of you said it's a good opportunity for like bringing Rebs back.
Ben had saying that. I think that.
And I
It's
agree
a good
in a
opportunity to bring
way.
a bunch of stuff back into Dead Zone.
Yeah, I agree in a way, but once that goes to Dead Zone, and then I'll start to care. But I mean, even at that point, I don't know if I'll care. So I mean, I'm very curious on what they're going to do with Dreadball and what's going to happen with it.
Well, I don't know. I'm curious to see how it is. I want to see some gameplay, which they'll probably do, and then we'll make the informed decision
We'll talk about the Kickstarter more when it launches.
when it launches. Yeah,
I could see us never playing it and then just being like really hopeful for all the updates for the new stuff.
Literally, that's kind of how I'm feeling. I'm like, I don't really care what they're going to do with Dreadball All Stars, but I'm just kind of like, give me some more Rebs.
By no means is that saying like we're not like happy about it. I think this is a good thing.
Yeah, look, I know a lot of people love Dreadball, and there's a lot of
Right.
people that still play Dreadball. I think Brian was posting the other day on Discord, like they were playing Dreadball. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It featured prominently at Mantic Night 2023, right?
One of them.
It was the first
Well,
one.
that was just he was running like an informal
Right.
tournament.
Right.
The
Yeah, it was
Dreadball,
fun.
the Dead Zone the Podcast Cup or something like
Yeah,
that. You know.
they got to do a Worms tournament.
I thought there was
that
gonna
I
be-
would do.
I thought there was going to be not to switch it over, but like, do we want to talk about champions or?
It's a game not for us. I have no interest. That's it.
It looks good. It looks like fun, but we're jumping into Kings of War, so
Right,
there's
right.
kind of like no reason for it,
Right.
Unless you buy a Champions box to flesh out your Kings of War. Guys.
Right.
I mean, it looks good. It
I
looks
mean,
good. It's you know what? It's a smaller skirmish Kings of War game,
Right.
Which is, I don't know. Maybe we should have did that. Now that we're painting all these
Yeah, I
guys,
was
it
just
might have
thinking
been
that.
might have been better off. But yeah.
Yeah.
But I wanted to play Kings of War, so it's like we decided to play Kings of War, and then Champions came out, and we were already in Kings of War. So,
Right.
but it by no means is that a knock to it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess another game I know you're excited about, Coach.
Oh, yeah, I can't
is Zeo freaking Genesis.
Yeah. So as of now, when this comes out, it's probably done. And
Yes. The
So-
Kickstarter. It's GameFound, right?
it's a Game Found, yeah.
GameFound.
But so the real thing was it was Gav Thorpe, and I got to do the demo with him,
Yeah.
and I'm a big fan of his writing and the books and stuff
His
like that.
everything.
Yeah, I mean he's like a Black Library writer, so
Right.
like he's like legit.
Yeah.
And then we did an interview with him. We played the game. I'm like, all right, I'm sold. I like this game. Then I talked to him for another hour
Yeah.
about a bunch of stuff. So we're probably same age, and we're talking about this and that. But he also, himself and Andy Chambers. Andy Chambers was one of the founding fathers of 40K,
Right.
and so they made this game. It's really good. But the thing is they came out on GameFound, and they're gonna. It's a smart idea. So you can get physical or digital.
Yeah.
I went with the digital, obviously. And the thing is though, I'm going to get a PDF of the rule book. And then in December, when they send out the physical stuff, they will send out, I will have a hard copy of the book.
Right.
So I'm like, you know what? I probably would have ordered, or maybe we go to Adepticon, just buy a rule book from them.
Right.
But it's already coming part of that Kickstarter. So it's awesome. Another thing which is nice is that the physical stuff is going out in December, but the files will be out in July.
Yeah.
So
We can kind of.
we're gonna print it,
Get
play it,
started,
and
yeah.
So what I'll do is just print it. We'll play a few games with it, and then get to painting it. And then
Right. And
I'm
now,
just
are there,
excited as
like,
hell.
are we also going to be able to get like the cards and stuff, or like the stats for, like, are we just getting the models, or are we going to actually be able
No,
to
everything.
play?
So
like I'm saying in July with the STLs.
in July we'll get the STLs and PDFs of the rule book, and then they did kind of a lore book.
Mhm.
So the way they did it is Andy Chambers wrote the rules, Gav wrote the universe, fleshed out the universe. Then they have these two artists, an artist and a colorist who are
Yeah.
doing the artwork. And in the video that I went over, their artwork is, it's really fantastic.
Yeah, it looks cool.
And
We got like posters from it.
Yeah.
Those
It just
look cool.
I really like the you know what it was? It was such an appealing looking game.
Right.
But if the game sucks, you don't play it, and then it didn't disappoint. And there's some good stuff you can do. A lot of symmetry in your thing. A lot of symbiotic things going on and stuff. I saw some gameplay, and I really like it. And there's activations, and then you like have to like take a break and redo your activation. So like you'll be vulnerable, but your opponent will be able to take advantage. But then if he takes advantage, he's got to take a break to re-up himself, and you can take advantage. So there's a lot of cool things. It's different. But I'm a big fan of Dread, the
Yes.
game. We really like that game, and they wrote that game, and it seems like there's a little bit of holdover, but it's like basically Dread, but like went in another direction. But there's some core mechanics in it,
Right.
which I like. So I'm really excited for that. The minis look great.
Right.
I can't wait to print them up and just let's go to town, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that one. So that should be done in July, and yeah, I just got to get to printing.
Yeah. That's the key, as always.
Yeah. I
Get
mean,
to
what about you?
Printing.
You think you're excited about it or looking forward to it?
I mean, you have been hyping it up since demoing it at Adepticon. So, although it's not one of my 3 games, if you set it up, I will. I don't have a problem trying it out and playing it.
Yeah.
And,
I mean,
who knows?
The price point is very forgivable. So
I mean, and who knows? It could become one of my. Maybe it'll be a 4th game. Who
right,
knows?
to break that glass ceiling.
Yeah, exactly. So who knows? Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens, I guess.
All right, yeah, we got to talk about something else.
What do you want to talk about?
It's the elephant in the room. The elephant with a big head and big eyes.
It's a very chibi elephant.
Yeah, very chibi.
What is it?
Marvel United.
And what have we? I did post the video why I'm addicted to Marvel United, and Ryan, would you consider that to be true for you too?
Yeah, I'm pretty addicted. I think
Yeah.
he's getting mad because it's like when we need to paint. Well, we got a chibi,
We
what
got
I mean?
and we don't call it
We've-
Marvel United. We just call
Call
it
it
chibi.
chibi. We've been using chibi as we're chibiing right now.
Yeah,
It's
we're
a verb.
chibi. We're playing chibi.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I don't want to repeat myself from the video too much, but it's so modular. You can do whatever villain, whatever heroes, whatever locations you want. And the villains completely change up the game. I think the heroes do too, but like the villains is kind of where it's at.
I like to think that at the warehouse they have a picture of your house and address just up because of all the stuff you've been ordering.
Yeah. Well, we're not even close to getting everything for the game, so
Will there be a day where we have everything for the game?
maybe. I mean, who knows? I know they have a.
We play it every
Inhuman
time.
box.
We play it every time we're here.
Yeah, we do
I
play
do,
it
man.
every time you come over. So
Um,
I mean, we played this morning.
we did play this morning.
I set it up last night, and then we played it this morning.
Well, we had a nice little a muleless pool sesh last night, and
Yes.
I think that derailed it.
I
But
mean, we that one night we played it 10 times in one night. We fought Bob 6 times, gave up, and then played like 4 more times.
yeah, I think that's the thing. If we don't defeat the villain, we have to play until we defeat them.
We still haven't beaten Green Goblin.
Dude, I was on a date last night. All I was doing was thinking about Chibi. I was like, no, don't worry, we'll have time to play. Obviously, listen, I'll
We
never.
did it this morning.
Yeah,
I'm not mad. Don't worry.
I'll never pass up a good cigar sesh these days. Now that I'm back into it, but
what you need to do is you need to get a second mat so that we can have an indoor and outdoor mat.
Yeah.
So that like last night you set it up for a game. We could have just came out here, set it up, and played out here while the other
Right.
one was because you don't want to
We don't even need
dismantle
the
other
mat.
game.
Yeah, you don't need the map, but
Yeah.
you kind of need the map.
You kind of need the
You
mat.
can't. I don't think we can play without the map. It's not.
You just got to keep track of the timeline.
Well, yeah. I mean, you literally you do the same thing, like putting it in a circle. Like that's how it's. But the mat just makes it so much better.
Listen. We are veteran war gamers here.
100%.
We can't reduce ourselves to not using a mat.
100%.
Can you buy a separate mat?
Yeah,
No.
I could buy another of the same one if I wanted.
No. What I'm saying is like, can you buy a mat separately without buying, say, the board game?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's how I got the.
I would
the other mat.
get something if they have a different style.
They do, and I don't like it. It's
Okay.
like the dashboard's on the bottom, and then the 6 locations are at the top, and they go like this. I'm not a fan of that. I like going in the circle. It just kind of makes sense with
Okay.
adjacent.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I love that game. It's it's my new favorite board
I
game.
do. I will say that you guys keep saying chibi, but it's more cartoonish.
Yeah,
So therefore,
yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah. You don't like chibi.
I don't like chibi at all.
No, it's
It's good. It's a fun game.
we played 3 times the other day, and
Yeah.
like we almost lost to Kang, and we pulled through.
Superior tactics.
You did like what, 5-6 damage
It
to
was-
him,
it was-
and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna move. You,
Well,
and you gave me a wild.
What happened was, Andrew goes, all right. If we don't do 7 damage to him, we're in trouble. And it was my turn. I'm like, I got this. Don't worry about it. And I was like, do you have at least 1 fist? And you're like, I do. I said, oh, watch this. And I put 6 damage on him. And
Yep.
you're like, all right, 7 damage. Boom, we're done. It was, what was it, like 1 before the end where he would have won? And
Yes, he played his last card, and then
Right.
it was you and me, and then
If we didn't-
and then if we weren't able to kill him, then we would have
lost.
because if he has to draw a card and can't, then we lose.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a compliment. I like the fact that you have an app.
Yes.
What's that app?
It's just a
Like a random
it's the
generator.
Wheel of Names website,
Right.
And like you can sign in with Google, and I have the stuff saved.
Right. So Andrew has it all saved, and he's like, "Do you want to play a character or do you want to hit the wheel?" And I was like, "Oh, I'll do the wheel." And like if we were doing that, I would be like, "Okay, give me Daredevil, give me Moon Knight, give me my
Punisher.
Punisher, like my favorite characters."
Right.
But you spun the wheel, and I'm like, "You gave me Silk," and I'm like, "Oh, Silk. I don't want to play Silk." She was awesome.
Yeah.
So it's like it really makes you take other things.
Right, and that's another thing that I love about the game. It's like, okay, it's modular, it's Marvel, it's fun, it's quick and easy, and it's got random friggin' characters.
Yeah.
Like you
But
can
I like
play
that-
as the Starjet. You can play. I played as Corsair.
Yeah, you the random is really cool.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, and I think that for us, that's like the way to play.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's
also too, you got 4 million guys, so let's get to
right, yeah. And like Ryan, you and I played at once, and we defeated Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
But then when the 3 of us were out here the other day playing, and Cosmic Ghost Rider came up, I was like, "Oh, do you want to fight him again?" And you were like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And it was fun to repeat playing, a villain. You know what I mean?
I like the randomizer.
Yeah.
I like that we're not picking. We don't generally pick a character going into why we. Yeah, I like the randomizer, and I like that we, it's different each time. There's a million characters. Like obviously you can. I think there for a while too, and it was kind of a meme at one point where we were playing. I was always the Hulk, and you
Yeah.
were getting mad at me.
I told you, I was like, don't let this be a William Yorick situation. Like I said we have so many characters. I said, for the love of God, so that I don't feel bad buying more boxes. Like
Right.
play the Hulk. Stop playing the Hulk.
Yeah.
And then, and it worked out too because it was like you played the Hulk, but I think what happened was we were playing a villain that needed more stars than punching. So I was like, do random, take someone else, and then we.
I think
That
I
happened-
ended up
age.
winning.
I think that happened to us with Kang. It was like we were missing stars, but like we
pulled through.
we pulled it through. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was good. It's you know what it is. It's a setup and set it and forget it. It's ready to go. So
I will
is
say
the-
that you-
it is the definition of a beer and pretzels game.
it really is.
100%.
It's a cigar and adult beverage game.
Yes.
I will say though, sometimes you get a character and it just doesn't mesh well with the villain you're going up
Yeah.
against.
No, I mean, but that happens.
I kind of like
you
that
know.
it's challenging.
Oh,
Sometimes
yeah.
it genuinely feels easy.
Right.
It's like sometimes I'm playing and I feel it's easy but annoyed. I guess it might be just targeted towards a younger-ish audience.
See, but then I agree. Like we fought Blastar this morning. I took Cyborg Spider-Man. You took Hulkbuster Iron Man.
yeah, it was easy but annoying.
He was annoying, but he was easy. But if I took like Howard the Duck and you took Iron Fist, like it could have been a completely different game.
right.
That's why I don't mind repeating playing different villains, and I think that's the key is getting more villains. Like that's I think like because that's what changes the game completely.
Right, but I would just say that you have how many boxes?
A lot.
All right, so you have about 10 boxes. You
Yeah.
have two of them are the huge Kickstarter boxes.
Yes.
I think let's just play this for a while.
Oh yeah, no,
and
I trust me.
then eventually,
you get your
6 months to a year.
You got to
from
get
now,
your
get more.
Inhumans.
That I might have to just get myself. But
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun. It's
Yeah.
a good game.
No, it's definitely a good game.
Another game I'm looking forward to. I'm not sure if I wrote it on my list, but Ravage Star. I'm kind of
Yes.
looking forward to playing a little bit more Ravage Star, even though they're getting a lot of heat because
Yeah.
of the Kickstarter or whatever. We got enough stuff. We did back the Steel Spectres, and I printed them up, and when we were talking with them, they were so happy that we had them and this and that.
Yeah.
And then it was funny. I'm standing there with Matt, and this guy comes over. I think it was from Denmark. He goes, "Do you have this? And do you have that? And do you have this? And do you have that?" I was like, "Yeah." I said, "Dude, I got 3 of each." And Matt comes over. He goes, "No. He's got a lot. He's been printing
Yeah.
like crazy." I says, "Yeah, you guys had the Kickstarter, and the My Mini Factory. We backed it, and I just printed everything twice.
Yeah.
And what I did was I actually mirrored them so they don't look
Right.
the same."
I could understand like why people are a little annoyed, but I also think like the Game Found campaign ended in like August, so like it hasn't even been a year. Like
Right.
relax. Like first of all, these things take time. Like you'd be lucky to get something within a year.
Yeah, hold
after backing a
How,
campaign.
how about you? I think you did you were like a thorn in someone's side. You did a Simon is cooked
I
video,
did the Simon
and
is
you
Cooked.
went over a bunch of stuff, and like they're like really like behind.
Yeah.
But let me ask you something though. Like I saw Mini Wargaming was like people were asking for refunds, and they were giving some people refunds. What's the chance you're getting a refund from Simon? I think
Yeah,
it's
no, no. I was
slim
actually
and none.
the one of the Marvel Multiverse RPG starter set that I did back from CMON. I was looking to see if maybe I could get a refund, and it's like, and people were saying like, yeah, like they're not like support's not responding and this and that. I'm like, oh, so these people with Mini Wargaming are lucky
Yeah.
that they're getting a freaking refund, and even then, really, you're gonna get a refund? I mean, I was talking with Virgil, he got one of the bigger things that you can get with everything, and he's not complaining. He's just like, yeah, I'm waiting for it. But like, here's the thing though, I could understand why people might be annoyed, because let's say they don't have a printer and they didn't get the Steel Spectres. Let's say they didn't back the first Avail Touch campaign originally. They have nothing. They didn't go to Adepticon. They have nothing to play the game.
Right.
Maybe they have proxy stuff, but you want the models, you want the cards and everything. So I get it, but relax, you need to wait. Okay.
Also,
like you're lucky if you're gonna get it within a year.
But also, like a lot of these companies, which we've been doing, I've been doing Kickstarters. I was really against Kickstarters, and I'm very, very cautious and very just prudent about what I want to back. You know what I mean? It's like I have to back something. I've done Mantic Kickstarters. Go back to one of the first Kickstarters I ever did, which was Dead Zone. They did a second Dead Zone. And they say, okay, this, and this. And they kept doing it, and they had like 40 stretch goals. And they did, an ungodly amount of money. They did all the stretch goals. And they're like, okay, it's going to come out like 8 months from now.
Right.
And it took them about a year. I remember it was a year and 2 months. So 14 months. And they just said, look, we're having trouble with this. Oh, well, this happened. Well, when February hits in China, everything closes. They have like a holiday, and it's a month, and there's no production going on. So, they were pretty much forward with it. Now, I will say for Mini Wargaming, they was like, look, we're having trouble with this. We're doing this. We had a little sidetrack with it. But you're helping them get this game
Right.
to the thing. And I think a lot of the negative comments are like, this is a pre-order thing. This is like, it's not Amazon, guys. It's, stuff's going on. And like, I know with Kickstarter, if you scroll down to the bottom, which I've read a few times, like, I scroll down to the bottom, it's like, look, there's always a chance that dates might be wrong and things might pop up and stuff. So you have to be patient. But by you backing this, you're taking a risk.
Right.
You know, now, do I think that Mini Wargaming is going to come and make good on their pledges? Absolutely. I have no doubt in my mind. How many other companies kind of screwed up things? The fact that Halo for Mantic, which wasn't Kickstarter, it was, you know, a release, a retail release, was so popular because the I don't know don't I please don't quote me, but the company that had the Halo game before screwed a lot of people,
Yeah.
and they took the money, and I don't think it got delivered, or it did get delivered, but it wasn't what you were supposed to get, and this and that.
Right.
So people were very, very like cautious about backing Mantic,
Right.
and not Mantic, I mean buying Mantic, but they went to retail, and when people said, "Oh well, we're not doing a Kickstarter, here it is," it kind of was good for Mantic. They like, "Oh look, we said we're going to come out with this game, and here it is," and people did it, and now it's wildly successful for them. But I mean, people have been. I remember Rob was telling me he backed a Kickstarter for a 3D printer that was supposed to be fantastic, and you know, makes you breakfast in the morning. It was like this ultimate thing, and it was like I think $600, and just never got it.
Yeah.
Like went away. So I think like if Mini Wargame, just be transparent, tell us what's going on. And it's like, look, you know, we had a problem with this. We had to switch companies, and there's other people are doing it, but it takes a little time. It's going to push back. Okay, it is what it is.
I mean, and
I
they've
want
been
my
very,
stuff. I want my stuff.
Yeah,
But
and they've been very
you got-
transparent,
yeah, yeah,
which
but
is,
you
which
gotta
is
be-
amazing.
You got to be cool, man. You got to, you know, you're helping a company make something. Now,
Yeah.
people are getting pissed off because they're doing something else, like the Steel Spectres, but they're doing it a different way. It's like
Right.
they're doing it in house. So, and people are like, well, the models aren't going to be good. This is going to suck. This and that. I got to tell you, he sent us like test models, and they're great.
Yeah.
And then we bought the 3 exclusive models, con models,
Adepticon, yeah.
and they printed them in house. And if you get the right printer and the right resin, you're cooking with gas. Because I had some issues with resin. Ryan was like, I don't want you to print this up and things are breaking apart. I said, give me a chance. Let me get this new resin. And now the new resin's fantastic.
Right.
I mean, you could drop stuff off a table and it won't break, which is, and I've been like printing stuff and you know, cleaning it up and stuff, and like, you know, like you kind of flick the sword or flick the spear and it's not breaking. It comes down to that. You got to spend a little bit of money, but it's worth the hassle later on. I printed some stuff for MCP that we're using, and like all their weapons fell off, and I keep gluing them back. So I'm like, it's worth it to get the extra resin.
Right.
But yeah, I think people just got to calm down. But we have some stuff, and I'm looking forward to playing it. And now they have that new, they're doing this new Kickstarter for their terrain, and we have it. I did the video on it, and I'm looking forward to it. You know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Ravage Star is one of my. I'm looking forward to it. I think we should play a little bit more, now that they
I
got some
agree.
updated points and rules. And
I mean,
things
we
like
got we got a whole new box from Adepticon
Yes.
for Val Touched.
New
and,
units
and
and
we
stuff.
have Gorkog and Amari that Mini Wargaming sent us to play around with,
Right.
and then plus all the Steel Spectres. So we pretty much have all 4
Yeah,
factions.
we got
you
enough.
know?
We got enough stuff to actually play. So I mean,
Yeah.
we're in the minority because a lot of people don't, but you know, it's okay. So, but yeah, that's one of the games I'm looking forward to, and I'm looking forward to it because I think within the year it'll be like fleshed out,
Yeah.
like ready to play. No more beta.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
And I think they're working on like proofing cards and stuff like that
Yeah.
from what I see in the Discord.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
One of the games I'm really looking forward to is Baron's War Second Edition.
Baron's War.
Myself and Ryan really liked the game. First edition was a little bit of a crunchy hiccup. There was a lot of crunchy things. Speaking to Andy Hobday, said that the editor took some freedom in editing the book the way he wanted to edit it, and the game wasn't what he wanted. And he gave us an advanced copy of the second edition rules, and it's a lot better, a lot more streamlined. So you know, I'm looking forward to that. Maybe getting some more Vikings on the table and whatnot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know,
I gotta go with the Welsh, right, Ryan?
If you want to.
You could do the Welsh, which is nice because you could basically use all the models we already have.
What the
and-
heck
that's
are the
the best
Welsh
part.
for?
I have no idea.
They're
You
not
just- you
for
just
another
keep-
game, are
You just
they?
keep saying about the Welsh.
Well,
so I
they
kinda
have
to
a
play it.
Welsh series of molded metal models, but like there's the Welsh captain, but they're not in the rules. I think you
No,
just,
I bought the expansion.
they're
There's
in
a
there.
Welsh expansion,
Oh, okay, I got you.
which I shared with you a year ago.
Oh, okay. Well, there you
So-
go.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
Well, we went to the booth and I got you a Welshman, and now you're gonna play.
Welshman. I have yet to try it, but I am.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed.
there's a
It's a lot
few
of
things.
dice
I
Although
do.
it's not one of my 3 games, if you set it up and I.
You can
and you
take
wanna
those 3
play it.
games and shove them. But there's a few good things. They streamlined some stuff. It's really good. There is a glossary. There is a quick start in the back with all the rules that you need to do. Something with the crits. He was saying that there's no crits now. In the old game, it was like a crit can only block a crit. But
Are
I
there
think
really no crits now?
I think you can just block everything, and I think you could actually block crits with shields. So
Wait, are crits gone? Are there no crits?
I think they're there, but I'm still I was going through it, and I was really going through it with a fine tooth comb. And then when I asked him, he said that there are no more crits involved. So because there was a little square on page 36 of the original rule book that said, you can you had to take care of crits first, almost like Crisis Protocol, but that I think that's out of it now. I guess it's going to make for a faster gameplay.
Maybe.
So,
Unless stuff gets blocked.
but I don't know. Are you looking forward to it, or
Yeah, I've been kind of like, I think because of Kings of War, I've been kind of out of it. It doesn't mean I'm not looking forward to it. I just think that like my mind is, I've been like dominated by Chibi and like just the prospect of Kings of War.
Kings of War painting in Chibi.
Yeah. Like I think today came down to, do you want to paint or do you want to do Baron's War? And
Yeah.
I was like, I think we just need to paint for the slow row.
Right.
I said that begrudgingly.
see? I'm like I want to paint. I want to play Baron's War, but I'm ahead of the painting, so that's why I'm ready to
Yeah.
play. But that's okay. We got plenty of time.
I mean, I like Baron's War. I think like there's no. I mean, I guess they could do like. I feel like there's so much more they could do to like. I feel like a 3rd edition could really expand.
But they just came out with second.
No,
so-
no, I know. But I'm saying second is an adjustment of the rules from first. But I'm saying like I think like it's not even a 3rd edition. Like they could do more factional stuff. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I know the time period is very set, but like I feel like it doesn't have to be set because like we played in a battle report that never came out because of technical difficulties. It was basically my retinue that I normally take, maybe a few changes against the Vikings from Conquest.
Right.
But I feel like they could do more with that. Like the Britons were like a Welsh-esque people
Welsh.
that aren't, they're what the British are named after, but the British are Anglo-Saxons and the Britons are a whole own thing. Like I think they could have a faction. You know what I mean?
Well, but then also too, the Vikings had some army rules. Like
yeah, I'm saying that they could do new factions with army rules.
Yeah, they had
Like-
some new rules. Like I didn't,
Like we need the Celts. They don't have the Celts.
yeah, not yet. But
coming.
they're working on. Well, their rules just came out for Irish. So
Okay.
I think the Celts will be there. I want war elephants and samurai, but he said maybe not. I said, can you just write them for me? I would like to do that, but
Well, I mean, they got Test of Honor.
we do
But
have
what,
Test of Honor.
what do they have right now? They have the Vikings, they have the Saxons, they have the Normans. Then Baron's War is just
The Irish-
whoever existed in the period.
the
It's not a
Irish-
faction.
The Irish are coming out, and the Welsh.
I guess I could play my guys as Normans technically the way
Do whatever you want. Yeah.
Yeah. They could do okay, so the Celt so they're coming out the Irish, you could totally do the Celts. I said the Britons. They have the Anglo-Saxons.
The French,
They don't have the French. The Normans are
but also too like King Louis. That's
he's French, yeah. But there's no French army rules.
as you could tell by his ridiculous accent. So
But there's no French army rules
Yeah.
set. I feel like there should be.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I'm looking forward to it. It's a good game. I think it's got legs.
you know,
They're
it'd be
just starting
cool
out.
if they did a Roman Britain
That
kind of stuff.
that could work.
But not like prime Roman Britain, like the fall, like the last legions of Roman Britain.
By Harrods Wall. And,
Yeah, I feel like that'd be really cool.
well,
Andy, if you're listening,
they
man.
also have, I think it's Warhost, which is the fantasy game of it,
yeah.
where I think it's like elves, orcs, and humans. So, but it's it is what it is. I'm looking forward to it. We gotta print some of that stuff up because we did that Kickstarter, so we got to figure out what we we need.
That's
from
your
that.
Welsh army. It's going to be a
Pretty
Kickstarter
much,
exclusive army.
Pretty much. That'd be a good thing to do a video about, like
My Welsh.
making the Welsh.
You could be Llewellyn.
Llewellyn. De
Or
Welsh.
you could be Lululemon or whatever.
What?
The Lululemons.
Oh, the Welsh.
But yeah.
You guys have kind of forced me into becoming the Welsh. At this point, it's a meme, and I cannot. I have to do it, basically.
I think they're the goblins of this universe.
Yeah,
Sorry
I
to all the
guess
Welsh
so.
folks out there.
Listen. To all our Welsh viewers, that is
But
I like the
we're
Welsh.
joking.
I will say that the Welsh in Barons War are a conglomerate of a bunch of different things, because it was like,
oh my god.
we want to
so
fight.
It's like the Rebs.
We want to fight against the English. Okay, well, we're going to get everybody who hates the English to fight with the Welsh. So that's basically right up your
Wow.
alley.
You guys were the original longbow people.
Yeah.
That's where the English got the longbow from.
Wow.
So
Yeah, and your mother too.
Your mother, your uncle, your sister, your father. Anyway,
The Welsh.
did you guys have any other games?
what's
And
next
the
on my
picks.
list
We need the
there?
picks.
You had Father's Day gifts. So I don't know what that is. I don't know what. Apparently, I'm getting you something.
Yeah, I there's rumors around going around the Family Gamers household that Father's Day is coming, and the father wants a new printer, so a new 3D
All right, guys.
resin
So that's
printer.
it for this one.
So
and,
you know,
no.
it's funny that you make fun of me with the 3D printing,
I don't
but
make fun of you.
you reap the rewards of the expertise of my 3D printing.
I don't make fun of you.
Yeah, all right.
It's an investment.
It really is. It's a worthwhile investment.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're gonna have to. I'll have to talk to Mrs. Coach and.
Yes. I think that's
Figure that
that's
out,
the way
I
to go.
guess.
Or I'll just buy it and just Venmo me.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
that's probably the
And if
best.
you
Well,
need
also-
something painted and you Venmo me, I'm not giving you my my email.
Oh,
That's an inside joke, so
Yeah.
Are we allowed to talk about that or no?
nah, it's fine. Screw that guy. But yeah, that's a lot. So
Yeah.
it's we just want to play more games.
I also don't know with the printer. I don't know what the hell I'm looking at when
I'll
I
just-
look at everything. So if you just send me a printer, I'll be like, okay,
Yeah,
maybe.
I want the Mars 5 Pro, because it has the AI camera, and that you could actually like log into it and watch how your print is doing, and then it's auto leveling, so I don't have to level anymore. So all my printers, all 4 of them, have to be leveled, which is a pain in the behind. If anybody prints out there knows, especially the FDM and the resin printing, because if the bed is not level, and you do like say an 8-hour print, which is not that far off. A lot of prints are take a long time, and you're like, okay, great, and then the vat is this high, but then you can't see it, and then you come back like 2 hours later, and the bed is over the vat, and you see there's nothing there, and like, son of a gun, you got to
Yeah.
start over again.
Yeah.
So, or you've seen the pubic hair on the FDM print when you come down the next day and it's all over the frickin' place. So,
Classic. Yes.
yeah, so
Well, sometimes I'll come downstairs and I see just the shrubbery
Yeah.
appearing, and I'm like, all right, I just turn off the printer. I'm like, hey, your print failed. Like, you're at work. You're like, damn it.
yeah, it's horrible because one little mishap. But now
Yeah.
the thing is though mine are they're a little long in the tooth. You know,
Yeah.
the technology is there, and then like even the FDM printers are like not even twice as fast, like 3 times as fast.
Yeah.
So like I have BC printers, before COVID printers.
Yeah.
And that takes a long, like I really want to print something, and I'm like, all right, I got to do it at night, and I come down the next day and I pray to God that it actually prints the right way. So, these new printers are like, oh, something's going wrong, let's stop, and then
Yeah.
you can actually fix it. So I think that's the way ahead, and it's for a few bucks more, it's really to have less failed prints. It's like it's worth its weight in gold. So,
Right.
And now guys with FDM printers, they're so good, they're printing miniatures.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not as good as resin, but they're pretty damn close. So,
Yeah.
it's definitely worth it. It's a
Right.
lot. The technology has like doubled over, 5 times since I got in my printers. So,
Yeah.
it's definitely a worthwhile investment. But
I don't disagree.
yeah. So therefore that's why it's time to upgrade.
Yeah. You guys got any other things you wanted to bring up or talk about, Ryan, while he's working?
Also, I need the new 3D printer because to print up all the Xenogenesis mechs.
That's true. That is true.
I don't know. Apparently, we've been talking too long. So.
All right, well, listen, Chris is, itching to
Oh, you guys, Chris is
do
here now.
something. Yeah, Chris is here. Say hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
All right, guys. I think that's it.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I think that's it.
All right, well,
We should do this more often.
yeah, well, I've been saying that.
Are we getting halal?
We're getting halal. Shaw's sponsor us.
Please.
Guys, link trees in the description. Go check out our Discord, Patreon, YouTube, Spotify, all that stuff. Yeah, guys, that's it. And yeah, we're gonna try to do the podcast more often. We've been a little
There's a lot going
yeah,
on.
there's a lot going on. We got back from Adepticon and trying to get the Kings of War stuff. At least they're trying to get the Kings of War stuff painted. I'm not, but
Adepticon was 2 months ago.
that's crazy.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
Anyway, thanks for watching.
thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.
Listening.
We'll listen to you in the next one.
Well, guys, unfortunately, this is the end. But don't worry, they will be back next month. And you can check out all the links in the description or show notes for more Andrew and Coach. See you next month.